All right, you grasshoppers. Here we are. Look at that handsome man there with me today. We are here in the True Grit Life podcast. And today it's a real thrill for me. I think people that follow me know that I'm a huge supporter, follower, whatever you want to call it, of all the men and women in the military. I just think they do so much for us and underappreciated. So this gentleman here, as we can see on the screen, is Tony Cabana. We played, I guess, about a month ago. We played a game. Was it a month ago? We're up in Boston. We played the Boston Bruins alumni, a game up in Boston on a Saturday night. On Sunday, we played the same team down at Madison Square Garden in New York. Had a fantastic weekend. On Friday night, we had a great dinner. The Boston Bruins alumni, I guess their charity, and if I'm saying this correct, their charity is the Navy SEAL Foundation. So it was a real, right. So it was a real thrill for me. There's some Navy SEALs there, and actually, I've got to be pretty good friends with one of them. We stayed in touch, and they're just fantastic human beings. So Tony's got a very interesting story. We're going to get into what he's doing, but he's a dedicated, hardworking man. Loves his family, coaches kids hockey. He's a busy man. But one of the reason we've got him here today, Tony started a fund called the Warrior for Life Fund. And we're gonna let you guys know what that's all about and how you can participate in that. So welcome aboard, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Not bad for a Friday. Thank
you, very good.
For having me on your podcast. Looking forward to it.
Excited to have you. Looking forward to this too. So we're gonna, as you know, I made an announcement the other day that I'm on the board now of this Warrior for Life Fund. So Tony, tell us where do you live right now?
So I live in Manchester, New Hampshire. And we just got pumped with about 21 inches of snow with this last storm. So
you did? Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been so needless to say, the kids had a little extended Turkey Day vacation, so they were all excited. Yeah, so it's been a fun couple of days for sure.
Very good. So so Warrior for Life Fund. Are you the head of the Warrior for Life Fund? Is that your title or?
I am. I'm fortunate enough to be president of the Warrior for Life Fund. Yes.
Okay. So why don't you tell me how you got involved, or how you got involved, and how the Warrior for Life Fund started?
Sure. So going back, I'll back up here for a second. Going back about 2 years ago, I became engaged with the Navy SEAL Foundation. And the Navy SEAL Foundation is an organization that I am actually humbled enough to be an official ambassador for the Navy SEAL Foundation. And that organization helps active duty and retired Naval Special Warfare individuals, helps support them, helps support their families in a variety of different levels. One of the areas that I was involved with the organization with was just working with some Gold Star families. And so in my day job, if you will, I'm vice president of Cross Insurance Benefits based out of Manchester, New Hampshire, which I mentioned here previously. So we do a lot of charitable work in the community. I was moved by a movie, which is everyone's probably going to laugh at this. I saw the movie Lone Survivor. I got home from playing and you can relate to this, right? Got home late one night playing a little pickup hockey, and the movie was on. So I was still wired from playing. Watched the movie, and the way the movie ended, I was kind of blown away. It ended at probably about 11:30 at night, and I didn't. Me being naive to everything related to the Navy SEAL community, I started doing some research online, and I started reading about Operation Red Wing and what that movie was based off of, and all that involvement. And, understanding now more is that, Hollywood, scary enough, Hollywood downplayed that whole scenario. And there's a lot of other things, that went on that is just truly remarkable stories, absolutely humbling stuff. I ended up on a New York Times blog, and this is at like maybe 1:00 in the morning. And I read all types of posts on the, and I'm just being completely candid here, read all kinds of posts on the military, the Navy SEAL community, their tactics, things along those lines. And you know what? And I just kind of became mortified. I felt like, who are we to criticize, what these guys are doing and how they're doing it? Because you're not in their shoes. You're not breaking an entry with these guys, in Afghanistan, Iraq, and wherever else they're deployed. You're not in the fight. And who are we to criticize them? So I wanted to just do something about it, and I wanted to help out in any way I can. I did some research on the Navy SEAL Foundation, and I just Googled, like, it's naive, right? I just Googled Navy SEAL Foundation, and I didn't realize there was a organization that supported the community. Did some research on the Navy SEAL Foundation, how they're run, how lean they operate, and how much they give back of the money that they take in. Remarkable organization. Can't say enough good things about it. Reached out to the CEO and started working with some Gold Star families. And while this is all happening, I was also intertwined.
Tony, sorry to interrupt you there. I apologize, but
yeah,
you just reached out to the Navy SEAL Foundation and offered your services to help out. Is that correct?
I did. Right.
So is there need for more people to do that?
Absolutely. Look, anybody can help out. There's a need, obviously, for donations. Like anything else, you can do more. You can do more with more revenue. So whatever people can do, whether it's $1, $5, $1,000, it all adds up. It all adds up, and it truly does make a difference. So while this is all going on, and I'm working with these Gold Star families, I didn't know that there was a hockey program down in Virginia Beach at the time called Virginia Beach Hockey Club that the Navy SEAL Foundation was supporting. And what it really was, and how it started out, was just a hockey club that got together to honor Navy SEALs that were killed in action, and they called it NSW Memorial Games. And those memorial games have happened and continue to happen down in Virginia Beach. And so when I was down there visiting the CEO at the Navy SEAL Foundation, she had a hockey puck on her desk. And I was like, hey, what's this about? And she's like, oh, hey, just casually, hey, there's a hockey program, that we help support. And I was like, and then once I explained to her, she didn't, the whole time, hockey never came up because I never brought it up, because it was never about me. I've always just been really ultra focused, like a laser beam, on supporting the community. And after she learned about my hockey background, she's like, hey, we got to connect you with a couple individuals. There's a video out there for everybody that's watching this on YouTube. If you go out on YouTube and you just look up Navy SEAL hockey or hockey program, you'll bring up a YouTube video. It's about a 4-minute long video. If you're a hockey fan, it'll be one of the best 4-minute videos you'll ever watch. Absolutely remarkable, but it tells the story of what we're doing down in Virginia Beach. You can also access the video by going to our website at Warrior for Life Fund, FUND.org. You can access the video. It's right on our homepage. Click on the video again, and it tells the story of the memorial games that have taken place. So, to kind of bring this full circle a little bit, is that while I'm starting to get engaged with the Naval Special Warfare Memorial Hockey Games down in Virginia Beach, I started forming a relationship with Boston Bruin alumni, Frank Simonetti, who you've met, who's on the board with us at Warrior for Life Fund. Remarkable human being. He has this bowl-a-thon that he does here in Massachusetts for Pan Mass Challenge to help support and fight cancer. And I called Frank up after a memorial game that I played down in Virginia Beach. And I explained to him what was going on down there. And without hesitation, not even batting an eyelash, he's like, Tony, I'm in. I don't know what that means, but I'm in. What can I do, and how can we help? So we started building this, Frank and I, we started building this over time in conjunction with some folks down in Virginia Beach. We have an awesome team down there, and we started building this, and we rebranded Virginia Beach Hockey Club, which is a 501c3. We rebranded it Warrior for Life Fund, and really I'll read the mission statement. It's from active service to retirement. The Warrior for Life Fund will support our warriors by providing programs and infrastructure that help military families from all service branches cope with the unique challenges of combat, extend deployments, disabilities, long-lasting effects of war through the game of hockey. And anybody that's played hockey or that's a part of any kind of tight-knit group, there's just certain things that you just can't duplicate. Being around the guys, being a part of the team, that bond that's formed, and if you think about it, think of hockey, the top end of the funnel. Hockey's a mechanism to get people together. And once they're together, now you can start interacting with individuals and getting them help, engagement, and whatever that means.
Man. It's interesting. I mentioned before, I don't know if I call myself a groupie or a follower or what it is with the military. I just admire those men and women so much because they're disciplined. And I guess one of the things for me is that I was never really that talented a player when I played. The team had to be really important to me. And then now getting to meet some of these other team guys, Navy SEAL guys, the team is everything to them. It's like I was talking, and I mentioned before, we're going to have a nice young gentleman that's going to be doing some podcast with me, this Patrick Barr. And he's a young guy who's just recently got out of the SEAL teams. And he talks about that too. Like he's had his struggles because he really missed being part of a team so much. And it's interesting because I guess I've always viewed these Navy SEALs as the elite of the elites, right? To hear them kind of have the same stories as hockey players and how much hockey has meant to some of these young men and women, it's fun to be a part of. So we've got the fund, the Warrior for Life Fund, and there's the rink down there in the Virginia Beach where we got a game coming up. January 3rd we're going to be playing in. Is that correct?
January 3rd, yes, sir. Naval Special Warfare Memorial Games. So we play 3 games throughout the course of the year. We had one back in July where we had other Bruins alumni that came down to Virginia Beach. So Rick Middleton, Bob Sweeney, Tim Sweeney, Bruce Crowder, Kenny Hodge Jr. Everybody came down, had a remarkable event, and we ran a couple clinics for the kids. We played a couple memorial games, broke bread with some guys in the community, and just had a great time.
So the fund now. So you set up this fund. Who do we have on the board? There's you and I, obviously.
Yeah. So the board is made up of myself, you, Kenny Hodge Jr., Frank Simonetti, Bob Pizzini, who is the owner of iFly down in Virginia Beach, which is a pretty slick facility. You can simulate skydiving, and a lot of the Naval Special Warfare community actually uses the facility down there for trainings on doing different things. It's a pretty slick facility.
So hold on, I can without jumping out of the door of an airplane, which I fear nothing else. I can go through that. Yeah. We're doing that then when we get down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. It's pretty humbling when you throw a 45, 50-pound chute on your back, and then you put 150-pound rucksack hanging between your legs, and you're jumping out of a plane, with that gear on you. I mean, it puts things in perspective really, really fast on what these guys go through just to keep us safe. Not just them, but our entire military community. It's really humbling stuff. So we got in addition to those folks, Rich Appleby, and then we got a couple other individuals that act in a advisory role that are close to the community. So we got a pretty extensive board. It's fantastic. It's made up of a lot of dynamic people, and when you, as I mentioned, the mission statement the hockey program now has evolved, over the last, call it 24 months, where now it involves mentorship is a big component. And what I mean by mentorship is that, think about this for a second. Dad's deployed for 9-18 months. Moms or dads deployed 9-18 months. What happens with the kid at home? And what are they doing? Get them on the ice, get them involved in the community. If somebody cannot afford the game of hockey, the association will actually pay for everything, soup to nuts. So
the Warrior for Life Fund has the ability to do that.
The association that we help support pays for that.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it, right? One of the biggest barriers to playing hockey is just the cost.
Yeah.
So you know what? For a military family, they won't be denied that opportunity.
Right.
There's activities to help families cope, stay active during spouse deployment, supporting Gold Star families, who've lost a loved one in combat. We did this last Memorial game. We did a Gold Star kid skate. It was awesome seeing kids' smiles on their faces. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. There's a sled hockey team. So we help support the sled hockey through equipment, coaching, help supporting the team for veterans, transition support for retirees to maintain that connection. It's Memorial Games, which I've already mentioned. Phenomenal story.
Yeah.
That I can't. It's humbling to be a part of.
It is. It's interesting you talk about the sled hockey team. For the past 2 years, I've been lucky enough and proud to march in the Disability Pride Parade that New York City has, and the Rangers have a sled hockey team that marches in that. And it's funny, you go out there thinking to yourself, well, you got to be careful, and you got to feel sorry for these young guys and girls. But some of those fantastic people, the greatest sense of humor I've ever seen. I've told a story, and I think it's worth telling again, but there was last parade we're in this past year. I'm marching ahead of everybody, and one of the young guys in his wheelchair had gotten beside me, and I didn't realize he was right there. So I kind of veered off, and I banged into his chair, and I guess I must have limped really, like I was hurt or something like that. And some of the young guys in the back in the wheelchairs like, "Oh, Tommy, you okay? You okay?" And I'm thinking that they really are concerned about me. And I'm thinking, well, no big deal. But I'm kind of joking around. I pretend I'm limping a little bit. And they're going, "Oh, poor Tommy." And I'm realizing they're giving it to me. Like, here they are in the wheelchairs, and I'm limping because I banged into the wheelchair. It was so funny. Once I realized that they were giving it to me, now I got to give it back to them a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
And another guy, at the start of the parade, there's a staging area, and he's there. The young guy is 21 years old. He's there with his mother. And she goes across the street to get a bottle of water from some store. And now they've asked us to move to a different location, but he doesn't want to lose his mother, so he's going to stay in the same place. So I said to him, I'm thinking like I'm supposed to look out for him. He's a 21-year-old. I said, "Are you okay? You'll be right there by yourself." He looks up at me, he goes, "Tom, I'm disabled. I'm not stupid." And he's laughing at me. So you realize the spirit of these people. I'm assuming the Navy, the military guys, the women are the same way. The spirit they have is they're not sitting around feeling sorry for themselves. This is what it is, and let's get on with life. Awesome. So it's great to see.
That's great. It's crazy. You bring up your sled hockey story there, which is that's fantastic. That's pretty funny. So one of the biggest drivers for Frank Simonetti and myself getting involved in this in really trying to do something special here is that, look, the rink that these guys play out of, it's very clean, but it's extremely inadequate. And you can relate to this. It's kind of tough to explain, but if you remember the old Boston Garden, and how small of an ice surface that was, right, you can fit this hockey rink inside the old Boston Garden ice surface. That's how small the ice surface is. Right. I mean, the neutral zone is it's non-existent. So it's a 12-foot high ceiling. So 1, the ice surface is small. 2, 12-foot high ceiling. 3, the locker rooms are, and I'm not embellishing here, the locker rooms are probably smaller than your bedroom closet. You're literally sitting on top of people. And where it gets really sticky is that there's no handicap accessible bathroom in the rink. Okay. So now this becomes very problematic for our sled hockey team. So you have a disabled, think about this, you have a disabled vet or just a regular civilian, right? That's a part of the team. They have to drag themselves out of a wheelchair, across a bathroom floor, to hop themselves up on the toilet to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. And one of the problems is, is that the rink is sat for so long. It's a renovated grocery store that got turned into a roller skating rink that got turned into a hockey rink. And the rink is grandfathered with the city of Virginia Beach. So if you change one thing, you have to change everything. And up until now, nobody's really come along to say, you know what, hey, this is unacceptable. We're going to do something about it. And that's what we're all about. That's what we're trying to do. Virginia Beach area, you get 90,000 strong down in Virginia Beach for military.
Right.
The association that this rink serves, the Youth Hockey Association, is a little over 60% military families. And you'll see it when you come down in January. Dads are coming in off the flight deck with their flight suits on. You got moms coming in full military gear, picking up kids, dropping kids off, getting kids to practice. I mean, it's crazy. Think about this one here for a second. Here's another one I'll throw at you real quick. Is that you got two kids in the two kid household, mom, dad, they're deployed. Mother, father, they bring the child into the rink. One kid's on the ice, the other kid doesn't play hockey. What's that kid doing? Kid might be at home, right, unsupervised. Kid might be running around the rink, right, doing whatever. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we had a STEM lab at the rink, a study hall room with mentorship, with leadership in the room, helping kids out, getting them help they need, or just giving them a quiet place where the kids can do their homework and work on something, or even, hey, if they want to play Xbox, and have fun doing that, wouldn't that be fantastic if we had some kind of study hall facility at the rink?
So this is the Warrior for Life Fund. It's set up. It's got its mission statement, but this project here to redo this rink that they're currently in, that's front and center right now for the Warrior for Life.
Front and center. So we got two initiatives. One, we're trying to revamp the current facility that they're out of, right? And we're looking to fundraise what we've anticipated is about $1.5 to $2 million is where we feel we need to be in order to make the things that we're talking about happen and help provide the community a place that they can call home. And then two, we have our ongoing programs, which I've highlighted, and then supporting the Naval Special Warfare Memorial Games throughout the course of the year.
So people out there that are watching us, they can go where to donate?
They can go right to our website, warriorforlifefund.org. And right on our homepage, I'm actually on it right now on my monitor. Right on the homepage, it's Donate to Warrior for Life Fund. It's a nice red tab. You can't miss it.
Good, excellent, good deal. So we've got this game January 3rd. Who's going down to play? I'm going down to play. You're playing. Everybody that was watching used to see Tony play. He's a good hockey player too. So,
don't fluff me up there too much. Yeah. I can move okay as long as you're not hooking me going down the ice.
So I'll definitely be hooking you. That's my game. That's my game. Was hooking and holding. Yeah. Who else do we have coming down right now?
So myself, you, Frank Simonetti, and Kenny Hodge Jr.
Good. So, and we'll be on the ice with some other SEALs and other people from the area. There's that.
Correct. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. It's interesting. I talked about it. I'm bad, but it's just like, it's evolved over time. Actually, since I met you in the game, I've got tied in with all these other teams guys, and just great people to be around too. And I think what impresses me the most is it's very similar to the hockey mentality. Real humble guys, but very confident guys. You ask them too many questions, or if you ask them to, talk about politics or something like that, it's just not their thing. It's like they're happy to serve the country, and great people to be around.
They're they're regular, normal. Right. I guess the loaded question, right? Define normal, but they're regular people that do extraordinary things at a high level that is absolutely remarkable. Same thing with the rest of our military. Look, I mean, some people, right? They're physical specimens. They're they're 6'3", chiseled.
That's
you know,
you. So you're talking about yourself, Tony? Is that what
yeah. And then some of them, right? Some of them, you'd never even know it.
Yeah.
You'd never even know it. They're just regular. They're just regular people that do extraordinary things. It's the most remarkable, humbling thing that I've ever been associated with.
Yeah, that's good. It is good. Well, all right. So January 3rd, we got that game coming up. You and I are going to be getting back on here and doing some more podcasts leading up to it, but we'll continue to let everybody know where they can donate. Again, it's warriorforlifefund.org, warriorforlifefund.org. Great cause. I can't tell you how honored I am to be a part of it. Really looking forward to get down there January 3rd and have some fun. I'll just sit back and watch you score goals, and I'll just never leave it on its own. Okay. So it's been great to have you on.
Absolutely, Tom. I can't thank you enough for having me on. It's been great meeting you. It's great to have you on the board. We're all excited to have you involved, and we're looking forward to doing some great things.
Good job. All right, good. We'll get on again. All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Talk to everybody soon.